Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Pearl Daily, and welcome to the Audacity Network. If you guys want to go support my work, please go to theaudacitynetwork.com. That's theaudacitynetwork.com, and you can get our monthly or yearly memberships. So today I'm actually going to be reacting to the rest of the Jubilee episode that we missed yesterday because YouTube was not allowing us to do the copyright stuff. So we're going to do that, but we're going to pull it off of YouTube. So we're going to just react to that on Twitter and on the website. So please sign up for the memberships and then we can do that. Um, and then I have two other stories today that we're going to go through first. So these can go on YouTube. So we're going to do that. So the first story today that I saw, I was scrolling through my TikTok and I came across this video. of an influencer named Cat Stickler. So Cat Stickler originally had a YouTube or a TikTok account with her husband at the time. Now, as you guys know, public relationships have a tendency to go down in flames. So the couple quickly divorced, and after the divorce,
In light of current events,
after the divorce, she made it her own account, and it kind of went down in flames. Anyways, the woman, she starts dating this new guy, and she's in a relationship with him for a year or two. And when they broke up, it was actually amazing to me. I saw this TikTok of her talking about basically rationalizing why it's okay to have random men go in and out of her daughter's lives. So a lot of times you guys don't believe me, or people think I'm over exaggerating when I say there's many mothers that do not care about their children. They are too selfish to have children. And this right here is certainly one of them, because I cannot believe she uploaded this on the internet. I literally am baffled.
in light of current events, it has come to my attention that some of you are concerned with the fact
There's an echo on this. I don't know what.
I introduced MK to the.
Like, I can't really hear it. And then I need you guys to scroll that up. It's starting to go down. It's plugged in. Let me try again.
MK to the man I was dating in that relationship.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
So I thought, you know what?
Like, it sounds muffled.
Was the audio turned all the way up on the?
Let me try this. Oh, here. Let me go.
Let's have a chat about it,
Okay.
because I think it's important. I think it needs to be discussed. Did my former boyfriend spend time with my daughter? Yes. Has my daughter met my male friends? Yes. Has my daughter met the husbands of my girlfriends? Also yes. 3 things. She's always with me when these males are introduced in her life, and they are always introduced as mommy's friends. She doesn't call anyone dad. She has a dad. That is never a point of confusion for her. And I promise you guys, she is okay. And also, let's be real, internet dating timeline is very different from real life dating timeline. I was in a relationship where we were heading down a serious route until we weren't, and that's okay. I just hope that MK knows I am looking to find the right partner for the both of us, because we are a package deal. And I know I don't always make the right decisions, but I learn from my mistakes. And every decision that I do make, it's because it's what I think is best for my daughter and I. Also, I'm 29 years old. I know. First thing you guys are gonna say, Kat, how in the heck are you 29? You youthful angel. That's not what this is about. Also, no one's ever said that, but I know some people think that. A big part for someone who dates me is that they have to come into my world, and I know that's not easy. And I can't leave Florida. I can't. If someone comes to visit me, I can't just shove MK in the cupboard. Doesn't matter what you guys say, it's just not right. Imagine if we all lived.
Okay. So she's saying, well, I can't date. I don't get to. How else? What will I do with my daughter? I mean, if someone comes to visit me, I mean, I can't get rid of her. Never did it cross her mind that it's maybe more important to raise her daughter than to date. If you want to be a single mom, fine. Life is about choices and trade-offs. But, you know, this is how a lot of children end up getting abused or put in situations because the mother has these random men going in and out of her daughter's life. On top of that, she's saying, well, I have male friends that come in and out of her life too. Well, is that wise? Is that a smart thing to do? It just takes one weirdo, one wrong person to bring around your kid to be in a situation that we don't like, right?
Listened to the judgments that other people had about our lives and based our life decisions on those judgments. I never
See, now she's saying, well, I can't make a decision off of the judgments you people have about my life. Ma'am, what about the daughter, the kid, the child? I don't know. Is it maybe more important to make decisions for her instead of you? No? TikTok? Okay. Have fun.
want to live in fear of not doing what's right for me because of what other people are going to think. And I do
No, not what other people are going to think. Let's try this again. The daughter, the safety of the daughter. Yes.
understand the majority of you guys are looking out for us, and I love that. Just be patient with me because this is a lot. I know my child. I know that every single decision I make is with her best interest at the forefront of my mind, and I can live with that. So,
Okay, so let me get this straight. She ends the video by saying, she starts the video by saying, well, I never introduce these random men that come in and out of her life as boyfriends. I just say they're friends. And then she ends the video by saying, but every decision I make, I think of my daughter. Does your daughter think, I really am hoping to just have all these random guys, male friends, stepdaddies, in and out of my mom's life in the place that I call home?
that's all.
So if you look at the comments on this, it's got 161,000 views, right? And most of the comments on TikTok, because that's more of a female app, were supportive. But on YouTube, we had Private Eye Russ, who called into the show. We had him on the show the other day that gave his experience working on a case years ago that had to do with a mother that behaved like this. He said, I had the misfortune of working on a case years ago at an apartment complex where a single mom was befriended by a maintenance worker. The maintenance worker began babysitting for the single mom and almost immediately was assaulting her children. This is a common tactic amongst predators. If they can befriend the parent, they can have access to the child. In this case, I worked on this mom let the man babysit so she could go hang out with her friends and do fun stuff. In the meantime, her kids were being assaulted and bribed into silence with video games and toys. Ugly situations. When we look at this individual's previous crimes involving children, he had the same modus operandi. He would target single mothers, offer to babysit so that the moms could go have a social life. And I really do see this trend. This is why, people were freaking out when Michaela Peterson was posting on Instagram looking for a babysitter. And, to be honest, guys, when I babysat when I was younger, when I was in college, it was super common for women, for them to get young women from the college to watch their kids. And it would actually blow my mind how these parents would just give me their children in their house, unsupervised. And nothing happened, right? But it would blow my mind how they would just give their kid to frickin' anybody because you don't know what people will do. There was one more comment I wanted to read. Let me find it. Oh. So Reclaim said they don't care about the risk of abuse increases from 37% to 43% when a non-familial male is introduced into the household. As long as they can get their back blown out, it will defend the right to keep introducing random men to their children. The likelihood of abuse from a non-familial male being introduced into a single mother household can depend on many factors, including the individual's character, the mother's ability to vet the person, and the dynamics of the household. While many men can form healthy, supportive relationships with single mothers and their children, research has shown that children in homes with unrelated adults, particularly unrelated men, may be at higher risk for abuse or neglect. So this begs the question, if this woman introduces a man that abuses the child, is she responsible? I would say yes. I see a comment from Phoenix Light Games on the website. Since she said that men come in and out of her life, she's indirectly showing her daughter that men are a dime a dozen and expendable. She's not teaching her daughter the value of having a man around. I'll parent. Exactly. And I would say that if something happens to her daughter, she is responsible. And to be honest, I sometimes think they should be pursued to the fullest extent of the law, because you cannot be this reckless with a child. The child is innocent. And I just want to watch this one more time because it is so ridiculous. She made a
Current
I,
events.
I I can't believe she posted this on the internet. If I was the dad, I would take this video and go straight to court. I would take this video, go to the judge and say, look at how irresponsible the mother of my child is. And this is the thing, women have this pretty privilege. So she's a pretty woman. She's obviously in shape. So the world treats her in a way that's better than a man. There's no way that a man could get away with this. No way. If a man came online and said that he is letting random women come in and out of his daughter's life, the internet would be in an uproar. But if a pretty woman does it, it's fine.
In light of current events, it has come to my attention that some of you are concerned with the fact that I introduced MK to the man I was dating and that relationship is now no more. So I thought, you know what? Let's have a chat about it because I think it's important. I think it needs to be discussed. Did my former boyfriend spend time with my daughter? Yes. Has my daughter met
Okay.
my male friends? Yes. Has my daughter met the husbands of my girlfriends? Also, yes. 3 things. She's always with me when these males are introduced in her life, and they are always introduced as mommy's friends. She doesn't call anyone dad. She has a dad. That is never a point of confusion for her. And I promise you guys, she is okay. And also, let's be real, internet dating timeline is very different from real life dating timeline. I was in a relationship where we were heading down a serious route until we weren't, and that's okay. I just hope that MK knows I am looking to find the right partner for the both of us because we are a package deal. And
Can you imagine being this kid? So you're this kid and you're like, your mom's saying, I'm trying to find the right partner for both of us. And the kid's saying, I just want to spend time with you, mom. I have a dad. And then she's saying, no, 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 shut up, Jimmy. Shut up, Diane. Shh. I am going to find the right stepdaddy for you. And the kid's saying, I have a mom. Maybe you guys could just work it out, or I could go to dad's house more. And she says, no, no, no. No, no, no. I want to date around the whole town and have random men go in and out of your life. It's appalling. And to me, the most appalling part was she put this on the internet. I mean, imagine if something, God forbid, but something negative happens. Again, if I was the father, what I would do is I would take this video and bring it right to court.
No, I don't always make the right decision, but I learn from my mistakes. And every decision that I do make, it's because it's what I think is best for my daughter and I.
Okay, so this is not a get out of jail free card. It's not. I make the best decision that I can for my daughter. Men don't get a get out of jail free card if they make a decision that negatively impacts the child. So imagine if a man comes in and says and lets an abusive woman towards the child. Who is responsible? Does he get a get out of jail free card because he was trying to make the right decision? No. And this is what I say. There's so many of us that are in this perpetual state of adolescence because she genuinely thinks this is normal.
So I'm 29 years old. I know. First thing you guys are going to say, Kat, how in the heck are you 29? You youthful angel. That's not what this is about. Also, no one's ever said that, but I know some people think that. A big part for someone who dates me is that they have to come into my world, and I know that's not easy. And I can't leave Florida. I can't. If someone comes to visit me, I can't just shove MK in the cupboard. Doesn't matter what you guys say.
Again, so what are the options here? You could take a step back on the social life. That usually people used to think that was part of the deal, where if if you had a kid, you might not get to go to all the social events. People don't visit you as much. I don't know. Maybe call me crazy.
It's just not right. Imagine if we all listened to the judgments that other people had about our lives and based our life decisions on those judgments. I never want to live in fear of not doing what's right for me because of what other people are going to think. And I do understand that the majority of you guys are looking out for us, and I love that. Just be patient with me because this is a lot. I know my child. I know that every single decision I make is with her best interest at the forefront of my mind.
This is what she's communicating. I am bringing random men into her life with the best interest of my child. What are
And I can live with that. So
they will die on the hill of being so irresponsible. Gosh, this drives me crazy. I literally saw this, guys. I could not believe it was on TikTok. Okay. So the next story today I'm gonna bring up was a woman, and I'm not too familiar with her stuff, but I think she's in a similar field as me on TikTok, where she kind of does manosphere. But there's a reason that men in the red pill space have a tendency to not want women in it. Because what women have a tendency to do is we come into the space and we can't accept the parts that maybe make our gender look bad or reveal a negative part of human nature. For example, many women marry and date the beta men in order to have a family and have children. This isn't right or wrong, but they don't want their boyfriends and their husbands to find out. So they get mad. They say that's not true. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, so I log on to Twitter yesterday and I just see this essay. It is a complete essay of this woman getting triggered. Okay, so she says, Billy Ray Brandt, before you engage in another red pill debate, know this. Many of the loudest voices are autistic men. I polled my audience consisting of 96% men. And from a sample of 20,000 across platforms, 23% were autistic. Furthermore, when talking to many of these autistic viewers, they have made it clear to me that they are indeed more likely to not only engage with the content, but also comment more on content when compared to their neurotypical friends. So this is nearly a quarter of my audience is autistic, but 23% are going to be the loudest by their own admission. I bring this up for a few reasons. All of this frustration, especially when it comes to dating, often pushes autistic men towards more extreme or woman-hating content. They feel left out and misunderstood in the dating world. And spaces like Pearly Things offer a place where those feelings of disenfranchisement are validated. There are platforms like Whatever Podcast and Fresh and Fit Podcast that give this autistic audience a chance to be heard, whether in the comments or through discussions. But what was previously excusable as a safe space to vent frustrations has turned into a true woman-hating fetish, where men can berate these women and have hosts laugh as they force girls to read the abuse themselves. So a couple things. This is why women often have a hard time entering a man's world, because they cannot deal with direct communication. If you go into, there's a reason we have phrases like locker room talk, because men are much more harsh to each other. And when you go into a men's space, this is always what happens. They complain about the tone. And then what they do is they use shame, guilt, insult, and need to be right. So now she's shaming them. She's saying, well, they're just autistic. Where by her own admission, 75% of the audience isn't, right? So, what I'm pointing out here is this pattern of behavior of what has a tendency to happen when women enter the red pill space. They can't take it, they can't handle the heat, and so they complain about the tone, insult the audience, and belittle men's problems. This is how men feel in relationships as well, because many times men will open up to women and tell us about their problems, only to have the women, like we're seeing here, attack them back. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The way that women react to the red pill is often how they will react to the men in their lives. Now, whether or not these red pill content creators know that they're almost certainly catering to a largely autistic audience is something I can't say for sure. They largely recognize that their audience is made up of men who feel disconnected and frustrated, but they may not fully understand the neurodivergent nature of their followings, and especially given the direct pay-to-play natures of their business model. It doesn't surprise me that their creators have fallen into a rhythm of catering to their most loyal, engaging audience, as they have all progressively gotten angrier and more extreme as time passed. So again, this is back to it's the same feminist like woman tactic, right? It's insulting the audience, and instead of asking why are men frustrated, it's shaming them for feeling that way, right? A lot of these autistic men are not looking for advice on how to date with more success. They're simply showing up for a validating dopamine hit that is no different from opening up a corn site or firing up a video game. And the same way corn addicts will progressively require more extreme content, these angry men will require progressively more angry, hateful rhetoric, and creators are responding by giving it to them. I also believe that the consumers of this content need to tread lightly and not fall aimlessly into the groupthink that they experience in my comment sections. If my entire audience is 23% autistic, the autism rate of my commenters is significantly higher than that. I can tell you from experience that if I make a video telling women to be better, my comment section are loaded with applause. But if I make a video cutting women slack or telling men how to improve, the commenters attack me as if I am public enemy number one. Okay, so this is, again, she says that the challenge she's facing is that when she offers advice to men, she's attacked. But again, women that, if she's more traditional, which she seems to signal, I would doubt it, right? We've talked about this. There's no traditional women in 2024. But then if you follow that model, you know your place, right? And is it your place as a woman to tell men how to improve, how to be better, and to shame them? No, it's not, because you don't know a man's world. And women will never understand the easy treatment that we get, especially under the age of 30, just for existing. Okay. I'm going to read the Phoenix Light Game says the article you're reading is nothing more than a reaction to women being held accountable. Simps don't like making women uncomfortable, and women don't like to hear unflattering things about themselves. Yeah, this is why, guys, if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. Like, I will be damned if you go into the red pill niche, make all this money, get this notoriety, and then go in and tell men how to talk. It's completely out of order, and I do not understand why we do this. Phoenix Light Games. I was talking with Donovan Sharp yesterday about a similar case. Women nowadays view their children as an obstacle or hindrance to their social life rather than a blessing. It's a narcissistic behavior. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely mad. Okay. The general consensus is that men are angry about dating and relationships, and in this weird modern dating world, that's probably somewhat true, but the average man is not nearly as angry as the red pill comment sections would make it seem. How would she know? Do most women speak to average men? Do most women date average men? Do most women act like average men even exist? How would you know? Okay. Women reading this should not be operating under the assumption that the men they meet are going to have a preconceived hatred of them. And the young men reading this should not be made to feel like dating is a lost game before they even step foot in the field. So remember, guys, no matter what we say as women, reality red pills men. What red pills a guy is seeing his brother get divorced. And what red pills a guy is seeing his friend get Me Too'd or having 1,000 women reject him. That's what brings a guy, just because it's essentially gaslighting, right? She's saying this isn't a real problem. They're not really this upset. It's not real. Final note, I will call out a few specific content creators in this post. This is not a personal attack, but rather a call to action to look deeper into the nature of their audiences and the reason why they make the content they make. And by no means I am stating that they're the only creators falling victim to this trap. Wait, women are so nutty sometimes. Not all. I completely understand the urge to please an audience, and I'm not here to judge. I'm simply here to pass on important information and allow the market to correct itself. So again, what is she signaling? She's signaling, and that's always what you want to look at when people are writing online. What is the message she's trying to signal? She's trying to signal, I don't like their tone. I'm not like these other content creators, and you are autistic. Those are the three things that she's trying to say. A lot of times, this is why I don't think most women can handle this niche of YouTube, because they always end up turning on it later. Okay, so that is a problem that we see, but this is also the problem these days. It's no wonder you see testosterone levels of men declining 1% a year. The average testosterone level is half of what it was 50 years ago. This is one of the physiological reasons why society is crumbling and in the state that it's in. These women are getting away with murder, and there is a simp epidemic. Testosterone levels are low, and something needs to be done about it. Chalk is on a mission to save mankind from extinction by boosting your vitality. When you boost your testosterone, you'll have more mental clarity. You're more capable of making decisions and taking risks. Having high testosterone will also affect your pheromones, so women will find you more attractive subconsciously. Get the Chalk Male Vitality Stack on chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. Chalk provides the highest quality herbal supplements clinically studied to boost your testosterone. Their tongue cat is wild harvested from the Malaysian rainforest and is studied in double-blind human trials to boost free testosterone levels 87% in 21 days. Use my name, Pearl, as your coupon code and you'll get 25% off site-wide on chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. Coupon code Pearl. Boost your testosterone naturally and supercharge your masculinity. Don't be a simp. Okay. So I have one more story and then we're going to go to YouTube. We're going to go off of YouTube and we're going to react to the JUBILEE video, but we can't do it on YouTube because they keep pulling the stream, so we're gonna have to cut it. But it'll be on Twitter and it'll be on the Audacity network. So this woman is a woman named Angel Reese. So as I told you, there's many jobs that are funding our lifestyles as there are men that have them too, but oftentimes these jobs are given to women. The example I'm going to use is one that I know close and personally, women's sports. Women's sports have operated at a loss for the last 50 years and really since they have existed. Unfortunately, the only ways that I see to monetize women's sports is through sexuality, social media, and drama. And so what we have now is the WNBA really becoming famous for the drama between Caitlin Clark and this woman named Angel Reese. Now, Angel Reese is basically your WNBA influencer who's been being paid a bunch of money by the WNBA and complaining that they are oppressed and they need to be paid more, even though the WNBA has always operated at a loss. Now, this woman is talking about how she's complaining about her salary in the WNBA, which is about $74,000 a year, and saying that she cannot afford rent that is $8,000 a month.
And keep hating. I love when y'all do that.
What do you say? Hate and pays the bills.
Hate and pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Literally. I'm trying to think of like my rent for where I stay at. I'm gonna do the math real quick.
It might cover that. Yeah,
Is
it
it
covers
like-
that.
is
It definitely covers that.
What is my, I don't even know my salary. 74? Okay. Times,
Here, I'll do it.
yeah. I don't even know my salary. Does it? Let me see. You don't even. Yo! I'm living beyond my means. It's like. No, my rent is more than that. It's 8,000.
Okay, why would it be smart to get a rent that is way more than your actual salary? Why would that be a good idea? But what they'll do is they'll cry victimhood, even though we have the opportunity to have an amazing job that is funded by the men's league. Do not be fooled. We have not really made that much progress in women's sports when it comes to income. Unfortunately, people just don't want to watch women's sports. I'm included, even though I played, and they want to cry about it, but it just is what it is. Let me play the rest.
I'm living beyond my means. Like y'all think. Babe, if y'all thought.
Yeah, the same reason why men's athletes go broke after a couple years is going to be the same reason that women will, except we make way less, and our fame is very short-lived. So I don't see this going well. Okay, so the last part of the show today, you guys are going to have to go on the audacitynetwork.com and get a membership to watch, because unfortunately they will not let me play this on YouTube. So we are going to be reacting to Jubilee men's rights, and I'm going to pick up where I was yesterday. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching on YouTube, and I'll see you on the website in a little bit. I love you guys. And please go to the audacitynetwork.com if you can, because, you know, we are demonetized on this channel, and it's the only way we can afford guests coming in, paying people, and really just keeping the show running. It's been really difficult being demonetized in the past year. So if you can do it, feel free. Anyways, let me pull up the video. Is the YouTube cut? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay.
Brown.